Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Bree, and at the start of the year, I saw a lot of girlies on TikTok, Pinterest, and Instagram showing off these Louise Carmen journals. And at first glance, I wasn't too sure what a Louise Carmen journal was. It kind of just seemed like a leather-bound journal. But as I did my research, I saw that they were these leather covers that you would use for journal inserts, kind of similar to what I know as a Traveler's Journal. However, what separated the Carmen Louise journals from the Traveler's Journals were the way that the girlies were decorating them. I almost purchased one myself. However, I don't have the kind of money to spend on a journal like that, so what if I try to make my own Louise Carmen inspired journal? And that I did. And for today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did that. First of all, let me show you the two journals that I made, because yes, I already made two. Here they are. So this is the first one that I made. It is just black with this very pretty black lace detailing. I added some silver studs on the front, cutie little sparkle charm on the spine. And this one I felt a little bit more confident when doing it, so I was able to do this cutie little charm and just did a simple little grommet design as well. So when designing this, I wanted something that was small enough to fit in my purse and not your stereotypical journal sizes, which I believe are a A6 and a B5 if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted something a little smaller. I had heard of passport size journals before. Going that route was something that would work best for me. So if you guys want to see how I made this journal, just keep watching and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. So I went ahead and listed out all of these supplies that I used for this project up on the screen. And then this is a template I created for my passport size journal cover. If you guys are also going to be doing a passport size journal cover, feel free to use this template. But if you're doing anything that's a different size, you can always find templates on TikTok and YouTube. I found a lot of them while trying to create my own. After tracing out the template onto my desk mat, I went ahead and cut it out as nicely as possible, because if you mess up, you will notice it. So just try to take your time with this part. I marked out, or I marked where all of the holes for the grommets would be with a pen, and then using the hole puncher tool in the grommet kit that I got, I just punched out the holes. And this took a little bit of time, but unfortunately you do have to do this for the elastic strings for the journal. Finish up these holes with your grommets. So you'll take your grommet, place it from the front of the cover to the back, place that little platform, flip it over, so now you're in the inside of your journal. Put a little gasket over the platform thing, use that little tube and then hammer it squished together. You're like sandwiching it together. Repeated that 8 more times, and then that's what it ended up looking like. It's just gonna give your journal a very clean and professional look. For the elastic that's gonna hold your inserts, you want the length of the elastic to be 2.5 times the height of your journal cover. To thread the elastic that's going to be holding your journal inserts together, you're going to start from the bottom outside, thread that through the top outside in. Once it's in, you're going to thread that to the bottom inside out. Once it's out, you would add a charm at this point, but if you're not, skip that and thread the elastic back in from the top outside grommet and finish that with 2 knots. And you should be good to go. Hopefully that was somewhat understandable. It was hard to explain, and it was also hard to see other people doing it, but it's a lot easier than I'm making it sound like. Like once you do it, you'll get it's easier to replicate. At this point, I just tested out how my journal inserts would hold up with the tightness of the elastic in case I needed to make them looser or tighter, and I think that the tightness that I did it worked perfectly. For the band that's going to go around your journal cover to kind of keep everything in place, I just looped it
1.5 times and use that as my length. If you want to add a charm to like this band, you would thread the bead at this point before joining both ends together to thread that through this middle grommet. Once you thread that, I made kind of like a small loose knot so I can gauge how tight I needed this loop to be to properly hold my journal together. As you can see, I kind of got it at the first try, but then afterwards you would just double knot to hold it in place. And then here is what it's looking like at its bare bones before any decoration. Leave it as this. This is kind of the standard how they sell all journal covers. But this next part is where you truly start having fun and decorating your journal cover whichever way you want to. I decided to keep it somewhat simple and just use this lace, this black lace, to do a wrap around the journal. I kind of wish I would have overlapped the lace at this point because it kind of doesn't, it looks a little sloppy once you see the inside. I didn't bother making the ends meet, but that's fine. Like it's whatever. Nobody's gonna really see the inside of my journal cover. And then to keep the lace on the journal, I just super glued it. There's probably better ways to do this, but I don't know, this is what worked for me. And then I just finished that up by adding some, I believe these are called rivets, but just piercing that through the lace and the desk mat, and then using scissors to close the prongs.
So that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know how you guys liked it and if you're gonna try out this craft yourself by leaving a comment and a like and maybe even subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!